Class 6 Social Studies. Happy day, children. We are going to start with a new chapter from Social and Political Life. The name of the chapter is Understanding Diversity. Topics to be covered in this video are a short introduction, making friends, a short story, what does diversity add to our lives. Children, imagine if I am asking you all to draw a face. Will you all draw the same kind of face? No way, right? The thing is, all your drawings may be somewhat similar but cannot be the same, exactly the same, right? This is because each of you have a unique drawing style. Now consider all of you are sitting in one room. Okay, all your classmates, your friends are sitting in one room. Do you think all of you will look the same? No. Just considering the drawing, we can understand that we all are unique in our own way. What else are we different in? We differ in terms of language. We speak a different language. Our cultural backgrounds are different. The religious rituals we observe, and so many other differences. So children, in this chapter we are going to learn and understand how people are different from each other in different ways. What does this difference do to our country? Does these differences add something to our lives? And much more to know. Before we start off, remember the name of the lesson, children? Yes, it is Understanding Diversity. Now here, the word diversity directly means the differences amongst us, the people of our country, the differences of different regions. How does this diversity work out? Can diversity be a part of our unity? So, as I referred earlier, diversity means the different languages we speak, how diversified we are. What are the different cultural backgrounds we have, different religious groups of our country, and so on. Also, just a small situation. If I'm asking you all to write answers for few questions, okay, I'm just giving you few questions and I'm asking you to write answers for the few questions. Questions be like, what do you like to wear when you go out? What is your favorite dress? What is your favorite sport? What kind of books you like to read? Just imagine that you have written all the answers and I'm asking you to read it aloud. Do you think any of your list of answers matches with each other? Exactly the same. Chances are very less. Right, but maybe similarities might be there. No, similar answers. One answer might be same, two answers might be same, but the entire list may not match. Do you think it is easy for you to make friends with someone who is very different from you? Here, different means in many contexts, many meanings. Now here, I shall read a story for you. Sit back, relax and listen to it carefully. I had meant it as a joke made up for a small rugged boy who sold newspapers at the Janpath crossing at the busy intersection. Every time I cycled past, he would run after me, holding out the English paper and screaming out the evening's headlines in a mixture of Hindi and English words. This time, I stopped him by the pavement and asked for the Hindi paper. His mouth fell open. You mean you know Hindi? He asked. Of course, I said as I paid for the paper. Why? What did you think? He paused. But you look so Angrez. Here Angrez is a Hindi word which means like an English person. He paused. But you look so Angrez, he said. You mean you can even read Hindi? Of course I can, I said. This time a little impatiently. I can speak, read, and write Hindi. Hindi is one of the subjects I study in school. Subjects? He asked. How could I explain what a subject was to someone who had never been to school? Well, it is something I began, but the lights changed and the honking behind me grew 100-fold, and I let myself be pushed along with the rest of the traffic. The next day, he was there again, smiling at me and holding out a Hindi paper. भैया, he said, आपका अखबार. अब बताइए ये सब्जेक्ट क्या चीज़ है? Which means he's asking in Hindi to explain to the other boy what is that subject he had mentioned earlier. The English word sounded strange on his tongue. It sounded like its other meaning in English, to be ruled by someone else. Oh, it's just something to study, I said, and then because the red light had come on, I asked him, have you ever been to school? Never, he answered. And he added proudly, I began working when I was so high. He measured himself against my cycle seat. First, my mother used to come with me, but I can do it all alone. Where is your mother now? I asked. But then the lights changed and I was off. I heard him yell from somewhere behind me, she is in Meerut with... The rest was drowned out. My name is Samir, he said the next day, and very shyly he asked, what's yours? It was incredible. My cycle wobbled. My name is Samir too, I said. What? His eyes lit up. Yes, I grinned at him. It's another name for Hanuman's father, you know. So now you are Samir 1 and I'm Samir 2, he said. Samir 1 here means Samir number 1 and Samir 2 is Samir number 2. He said triumphantly. Something like that, I answered, and then I held out my hand. Haath milao, Samir 2. Give me your hand. His hand nestled in mine like a little bird. I could still feel its warmth as I cycled away. The next day, he did not have his usual smile for me. There is trouble in Meerut, he said. Many people are being killed there in the riots. It looked at the headlines. Communal riots. Violent disturbance happening in some places, what you call as communal riots. It blazed. But Samir, I began. I'm a Muslim, Samir, he said in answer. And all my people are in Meerut. His eyes filled with tears, and when I touched his shoulder, he would not look up. He was not at the crossing the day after, neither the day after, nor ever again. And no newspaper in English nor Hindi can tell me where my Samirdo had gone. So what did you understand from the story, children? Now, we'll just try to understand three differences between Samir 1 and Samir 2. That is Samir number 1 and Samir number 2. Yes, Samir 1 is more familiar with English, whereas Samir 2 speaks Hindi. Both of them come from different religious and cultural backgrounds. Samir 1 is Hindu, Samir 2 is Muslim. Here the religious and cultural background is considered one aspect of diversity. The third difference is Samir 1 goes to school and Samir 2 sells newspaper. Next question is, did these differences prevent them from becoming friends? No. Though they were different in languages and different cultural backgrounds, they tried to communicate and tried to become friends. I hope you all have friends from different cultural background too. Now let's just discuss, why do you think Samardo did not attend school? Do you think it would have been easy for him to attend school if he wanted to? Samardo did not have the opportunity to attend school because of his social economical status. Now this social economical status prevails among the people and is not as the one we have seen earlier. Perhaps children, you would have noticed that there are several people in the area where you live who are poor and who do not have enough food to eat or wear enough clothes, and sometimes not even a place to live. So, here it would be more appropriate to term this as inequality and not a difference. In simple terms, inequality means not being equal. That is, when a person does not have the resources and opportunities that are available to other persons. Now, how is this inequality executed? Means how it happens. One example of inequality is caste system. The society was divided into different groups depending upon the work that people did, and they were supposed to remain in those groups only. For example, if your parents were potters, you could become a potter only and nothing else apart from that. This system was considered irreversible, permanent. So obviously, this created a situation of inequality. What does diversity add to our lives? Just like summer ache and summer though, you might have friends who are very different from you. So differences among people brings in diversity. So this diversity word is nothing but differences. Many differences. Diversified means being different. So diversity here is in terms of food, festivals, clothes, language. Diversity also makes us feel unique from one another. Just take this into consideration. I hope you people like reading storybooks. Okay, many of you would have studied different storybooks. So how does this difference in stories come? It is because of the imagination or the thoughts of the storytellers. Now just take the situation. You are trying to put all the storytellers in one place where the place just looks same everywhere. People wearing same color dress. Okay, they have only two animals, a cat and a dog. Not any animal apart from that. Do you think they'll have difference in their stories what they write? I don't think so. Neither you do. So this difference what we have brings in uniqueness among us. Okay children, so that's all for this session. Thank you. Have a nice day.